At Dental Nachos, our goal is to help you do three things: increase success, decrease stress, and most of all, reduce the number of times you feel like crying inside a day. This is what it feels like to cry inside as a dentist. I have a fellow dentist and sponsor on with me for Talking Nachos today to help you understand how you can do things in your dental practice to cry less inside. So, Dr. Dan, so appreciate having you here. Tell us who you are and what company you have created to help dentists cry less inside.
Great talking to you again, Paul. My name is Dr. Dan Steinke. I'm a practicing dentist, and back in 2016, four dentists, friends that were in a mastermind together, decided, hey, we're going to make a membership plan, and that membership plan that was just starting to be a thing at that point in time. But the name of the company is DenVantage, and we call it the DenVantage difference, Paul.
Awesome. Now tell me, Dan, when did you graduate from dental school? I graduated in 2002.
Yeah, I graduated in 1980.
1980. Okay, so we're different generations, but it doesn't matter if you're graduated from dental school last year or in the 1980s, because patients say, what does my insurance cover? So we have learned that patients want to know about what their insurance covers and what it's going to, how it's going to impact their treatment. But there's a whole segment of people who don't have dental insurance. And
Right.
we can create relationships with these patients. And I wish, what do I regret? I wish I paid attention to membership clubs sooner. It's one of my regrets, right? I had heard about it, seen about it. So if you just take a second to educate our audience about membership clubs in general before we get
Right.
into the details of DenVantage. How is it helping your practice? Like, even if it's like, explain it to us like we're 6-year-olds from the movie Philadelphia. Just give us a basic understanding of how a membership club works.
Great, Paul. You know, every dentist has the patient that the expected to come in for their cleaning, and oh no, the refrigerator breaks, and now they cancel, right? It's your intermittent patient. What a membership plan does, and especially DenVantage, is it takes away that aspect. It makes a intermittent patient a great patient
Yeah.
because they show up, because they've already paid for their visit. And so most dental membership plans have two dental cleanings, have the dental examination and the necessary preventive x-rays as part of a package that you pay monthly on, or some only can pay yearly.
Yeah.
But that takes away that barrier to patients in coming. And plus, most membership plans also give the patient a savings for their membership
Yeah,
too.
what I'll share is it makes I'm a big fan of unreasonable hospitality. I have the book over here, Dan. It was a big part of our last CE course, and people love to feel special. Costco makes people feel special, and
Right.
we can do that. So I appreciate you kind of highlighting how that works. Now, you talked about the DenVantage difference. Tell me what that means to our audience. You guys have your program, your awesome sponsors. Break that down for us.
You know, most of the dentists listening to this know about dental membership plans. Many of them have their own plan, and many of them are giving steep discounts and giving away dentistry, much like just being in insurance again.
Yeah.
And so DenVantage is meant to have a win-win for the patient and the dentist. And with that, you have the dentist is in charge of the savings that the patient has.
That's it.
And so the dentist is in charge of the entire plan. We help you, but it's completely moldable, and you don't have to give, steep discounts, and you don't have to do
So
one
you
thing.
can customize it to your office. I want to
Right.
highlight, you guys
So,
have an awesome offer. You can do a free consultation with your team and also get a free book at denvantage.com, right?
right. And
Denvantage.com to get
the book talks about how to make this special relationship with your patient. All four dentists that we had, Paul, like were patient-centered, fee-for-service dentists. And we need to make the relationship with the dentist good. The patient always has to feel good about it. So they come in, they're already paid for their cleaning. They come in, and the front desk doesn't have to do anything. Literally, the patient walks out. So it's saving the front desk a tremendous amount of work. And that's the difference between the in-office plans and DenVantage. The DenVantage difference is the front desk doesn't have to do anything. And the patient just walks out. Now, the patient then needs to have a crown, needs to have a root canal. They get savings on every
Love
aspect
it.
of dentistry, and they know their savings in advance.
I
All
love
they
that,
need to
and
do,
I want to just kind of make sure our audience is following along. This is something that your team has control over, and the DenVantage team will help them get it set up, right? You can do the consultation,
yeah,
learn from the book. If they go to DenVantage.com, not only can they get a free book, they can schedule a time because whenever you introduce anything new into any organization, change is not easy. We used
right.
to do it this way for years. One thing I can share vulnerably about myself is I was supposed to get a medical test due to some family history of a problem. I was supposed to get a scan, right? This was a decade ago. I went to the place with my little insurance thing. I thought it was covered. I thought it was pre-authorized. And I said, you know what? I'll just pay for it, right? I'll just pay for it. You know what they told me? You can't even pay for it, right? So my thing that I want to share with my audience is some patients are under the misconception you can't even go to a dentist without insurance. And as silly as that may sound to us dentists, we know too much. And if you
Right.
pulled 10 people on the street and said, can you see a dentist without insurance? They'd say, I can't see it. So I love that you're creating an opportunity for patients who don't have dental insurance to get the care that they need, and then the office to create a benefit for them. My next question is how many, you build this from scratch, but you've had membership club patients for a long time, right? Is this something that your team doubles every year? Do you have half membership, half non-membership? Tell our audience about some goals they should have in building it.
Well, we have in our practice over 1,000 patients
Awesome.
that are DenVantage members. If you don't have dental insurance, it's brain dead to not have it. And we've got, in our practice, I live on the coast of Maine, and we have billionaires, and those billionaires are DenVantage members because
Yeah.
it's just brain dead. Why not to do it? It doesn't cost you anymore. You get savings on everything else, and it just makes life simple.
And it's just us dentists. I don't know if you've noticed over our careers of decades, we're not super well liked. People don't want to spend money on what we do. We're the opposite of this other place I went to recently, Dan. Oh, Disney World. Okay. So I went to Disney World in August and I stayed at the Polynesian where I stayed as a kid, and it was an amazing
Right.
experience. But what they had all over the place was, are you a Disney vacation member? And I was asked all the time, not just to be sold, I was asked by other people at the resort, oh, are you here on like the DVCM thing? And they said it so much, I kind of wanted to join. Now, I don't know if I'm going to go with enough regularity, but if you can take a brand like Disney and Costco and show what to make people feel special, feel like they're getting a deal, and come back, it's awesome. So,
Well,
anything else you'd like to share before we wrap up about what you guys do at DenVantage?
absolutely. And this is what our DenVantage patients go home, talk to their friends and their family because they feel so special. And they come in and they say, hey, you've got to do this. So the DenVantage customers always are compliant. They're always appreciative. They're our best patients. So if you want the most ideal patient that comes to all their appointments, pays at the time of service, and is appreciative, that's a DenVantage patient.
I absolutely love that. And I always use this joke. If you want to do a crown, you just ask yourself, should we do a crown? You don't have to ask permission for anyone else. And that's pretty nice as a dentist. Well, I so appreciate, Dan, you supporting us as a sponsor. People can go to denvantage.com to learn more about you. Thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Great. Bye, Paul.